Mr. Chancellor, it is my pleasure to present to you Rubin Gruber, a distinguished graduate, a successful entrepreneur, and simply put, a leader in the international telecommunications and data communications world for more than 40 years. Rubin has been a pioneer in voice-over Internet protocol. He's also a serial entrepreneur and has founded and invested in dozens of companies, including 10 that have gone public. He now focuses on helping others build their own companies by investing and advising in board positions. Science class of 2014, as you will come to know, achievement is a hallmark of McGill Science graduates. Not only achievement in our classrooms and laboratories, which have led to your graduation today, but also achievements after graduation that can change the world. As such, Rubin Gruber is an inspirational role model, but there's more to this story. Rubin earned his Bachelor of Science degree from McGill University in 1965 with the financial support from the McConnell Scholarships. In recognition, he established the Rubin Gruber Scholarships for students at McGill. In his words, "There's nothing better than helping others in the same situation that I was in. The feeling is absolutely amazing. I can't imagine a more satisfying thing to do. McGill taught me how to think. I made some good friends, too, and I still have them to this day." In sum, then, Rubin Gruber is a distinguished graduate whose career defines and embodies the values to which we aspire in our university, the values of excellence and of achievement, and he also embodies the responsibility to which such achievements give rise, particularly the duty of recognizing those who have helped you, giving back to help others achieve as well. Science class of 2014. All great universities must have as their core values a respect for and recognition of achievement, plus the responsibility of duty and service to others that achievement engenders. Mr. Chancellor, I present to you Rubin Gruber that you may confer upon him the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa.
Ladies and gentlemen, I now invite Dr. Rubin Gruber to deliver the convocation address. Dr. Gruber.
Thank you, Principal Fortier, Chancellor Steinberg, Science Dean Martin Grant, distinguished faculty, and guests. And a really special thank you to my good friend, Dr. Ben Rubin, who hooded me today. Ben has been a good friend starting in high school all the way through McGill and even now. Each of my classmates in the math physics class of 1965 went on to earn their PhDs, all of them except me. Now, I proudly join my other science classmates with the title of doctor. As I stand here today in front of my wife, my mother of 92 years, my children, my grandchildren, and friends, I am extremely appreciative and humbled by this wonderful honor from the school that I so deeply care about. There are many rags to riches stories that have had their beginnings here in the McGill community. This fine university has provided us all with a great education, in addition to the ability to think, question, create, and solve problems. It's given us a chance to establish who we are in this world and look to the future with an eye on the power of possibilities. For me, growing up in Montreal with two strong parents, my life seemed to be operating on autopilot. I was told that I had to struggle hard so I could finish high school well enough to get a scholarship to come to McGill. From there, my career goals were limited to becoming a professor or a rabbi or a doctor. That was it. If I floundered on that career course, I would have been a total failure. There were no alternatives. So I did what I was supposed to do. I graduated from Outremont High here. I went on to McGill with a J.W. McConnell scholarship. I earned a B.Sc in mathematics, and then I walked out of McGill almost 50 years ago to study mathematics at Wayne State University, the graduate school, in order to become a professor. At Wayne, I was studying for my doctorate when I got sidetracked by an offer to become a research mathematician at the General Motors Research Labs in Warren, Michigan. So I finished my master's program and I drove my Ford Mustang onto the GM parking lot. A real no-no. On my first day, my boss came to the lobby to pick me up and walk me to the office. And as we walked down the hallways, we passed a glass room where inside was a huge machine. He said, "That's a computer." I said, "Okay, I never heard of it." He said, "You're going to work on that." I said, "Okay." And then we went into my office, and in the corner was a beta unit of one of the first IBM CRTs. He said, "Make it do something useful." That first unexpected opportunity marked the career path that I would follow. That computer changed my life. I got in at the beginning of a technological revolution in America, and I had the chance to use the problem-solving capabilities that I learned here at McGill so that I could participate in building the new emerging business of data communications and telecommunications. The second unexpected opportunity came several years later while I was working as a technical engineer at a computer company. I knew all about the technology, but my boss said, "You have to learn sales." I said, I found that opportunity objectionable. I said, "I'm an engineer. I'm not a sales guy." But I was really surprised by my ability and how much I loved selling. That experience proved essential when I eventually became an entrepreneur. I was doing fine at my job when one Friday afternoon, I was called in by my boss, who was the vice president of sales, and he was a mentor and a good friend. He told me that he was just fired by the president. I was devastated. How could somebody who was working so hard and who was so successful be let go in an instant? And then he told me I had to go talk to the president, and he didn't know why. Well, I didn't get fired. But as I walked up the stairs to the 4th floor, I remember that I was thinking that working at a large company was not going to be in my future. And it turns out that it wasn't. That incident made way for my next unexpected opportunity on my path to becoming a technology entrepreneur. I decided to go off on my own. I heard that a forward-looking company who had 5 remote offices wanted to tie them together with the mainframe at their home office in Boston. And I was pretty sure I could build them a network to do it. So I gathered some of my fellow employees and started my first company, Cambridge Telecommunications, in 1972. We succeeded. At that company, I learned how to build a stellar team of A players. I learned how to raise money, how to raise venture capital. I learned how to satisfy customer needs and their demands, and all the rest that you need to build a great company. What I learned here was that once you recognize a need that isn't satisfied, and customers will always just tell you that, and you think you can satisfy that need or build a product that satisfies it, you just have to find a way to go and do it. Is there a risk of failure? Of course there is. I've started a couple of handfuls of companies myself. Some have succeeded, some failed. But in every one of them, I really enjoyed building something of value. When I talk to people about my career, I usually tell them, I never worked a day in my life. It's just been great fun. Today, I spend time with young entrepreneurs as they attempt to start off building their own companies. Or I come back here to Montreal to McGill and spend time with students and encourage their entrepreneurial future. To sum it up, my message to you is this: take risks whenever you find unexpected opportunities. Don't be afraid of learning or trying something new. Believe in yourself and in your project. Always ask yourself this question: what's the worst thing that can happen if I fail? Usually, it's not bad at all. Give back and share what you learned with others, and also try to enjoy everything that you do. I was never a genius here at McGill, only an average student with a strong Jewish mother. I guess in some ways, I might have been a failure because I didn't become a rabbi or a professor. But today, Mother, I'm a doctor. Thank you very much, and good luck to all of you.